Testing 1, 2, 3. Well, that should be it right there. I think that was an issue. So yeah, they should actually hear the audio now going through on YouTube.
Yep. There we go. Alrighty, here we go. YouTube does have audio, so we are good to go.
Yeah. All right, there we go. So again, any community leaders or community activists who would like to call in, just talk to us, talk to the community, talk about any issues that you see, any solutions that you may have. We just want to get the community together, man, get everybody involved how it used to be. When we were growing up, it was a each one teach one kind of thing going on. Again, there was only so much you could do without the neighbor telling on you. So it was more of a village raising everybody, man. Yes, we still did our little BS and did our little things as children, but we still had a neighborhood that functioned as a neighborhood, as a community. So I think that's what we're really just trying to get back to. Me and Blacksmith here, we just want to give something back to the community. Have some people get together, man, talk about certain issues, have the children have a platform where they can discuss what's going on, in their lives and certain things that they're afraid to talk about. This is an open community, an open line where we could talk and discuss just about it, whatever you guys want to talk about.
Yeah, like we said earlier, just pretty much giving them a place, where they can talk and vent, so to speak. Like I said, because a lot of them don't have places to turn to, people to turn to, or they feel they can't turn to people. That's just like, my kids always tell them, regardless, you can come talk to me about anything. And a lot of people don't, I can say people, a lot of kids today don't have that outlet, or, they don't have that.
Right.
Just trying to give them a place, man, where they can. And I mean, if it's something that, hey, again, where we're not counselors, social workers, we don't have degrees.
Right.
We feel, if something come to that extent, we can get that information and point you in the right direction where you can get that help from the professionals. But if you don't speak up on it, no one will be there to offer any type of help or suggestion.
I brought this topic up too, Blacksmith, because I was having a conversation with someone, and it was like, are we like growing up? I remember a teacher telling me that I had a commitment to basically to you have as you get older, man, you have a commitment to those coming behind you and to your city, to your community. And I always wondered, do I really have a commitment? Am I supposed to do certain things, man? When I grow up, am I supposed to give back? Am I like is it all for self, or are you supposed to give back and make sure your community goes up? Yeah, I know, I got to change that up. So I got to change that whole picture up. So I mean, So again, as I've gotten older, I understand now that yes, I do have a commitment. I do have a responsibility to my community. To the people who raised me and to the people who are coming behind me. I do have a responsibility to at least make sure I can teach them my wrongdoings, or I can actually, give them a as we call it, a blueprint. Structure them, man, give them more structure than I've had. And the only thing I can really do is offer it, but I do have a responsibility to at least offer it.
Yeah, I mean, I talk to kids from time to time, try and tell them how, we grew up. I mean, even, the kids that's actually younger than me that work with me, they in their early 30s or mid to late 20s. So, the way they grew up was, different. They look at us like, hey, y'all got what with extension cords and I mean Hot Wheel tracks, like like they didn't
I have no idea, man.
yeah, like even to the smallest thing of playing outside. Like they looking at us like we had video game. Yeah, we didn't. Our video games is being outside. I mean, yeah, we might have had some video games, but we rather have been outside. You
Yeah,
know,
well, I think you had better video games by
been
the time you
outside.
got a little older, man. Because we started with the Ataris and Coleco,
Oh
Seiko
yeah, I
and all
still
that
had
stuff,
that.
man. Sony, what was that? I think Sony came out with that Sony One or whatever the hell it was. Sony
Yeah, did
PlayStation, the
that.
first one.
Yeah, Nintendo. You know what I mean? When
Yeah.
Nintendo first came out.
So graphics started getting a little better, man, when you became a teenager. So it's different. And that was my intentions on nowadays anyway. So I'm glad you brought that up too, because I'm gonna get back to actually I'm gonna change it up. Get back to making nowadays as far as my intended purpose. It was to show compare the past to the future. You know, while the present. You know how we grew up in the past. You know how we, as far as communication, how we watch TV, how we were raised, all those things, man, compared to how things are today. So I'm glad that we're going to do the community podcast because that'll bring more into what I want to talk about with these kind of topics where we can get more serious and, you know, talk about more adult topics. And if people really want to call in and participate, then we can really get into some adult topics, man, and some adult discussions. And what was the other one? So I guess we're going to do the community one. And then we're also probably thinking about doing more of a late night one where people can just stop by. Y'all want to drop in on a Saturday night, man, maybe 8 or 9 o'clock Saturday. Just, you know, talk about some community things, the same thing. But it'd just be more like a drop-in podcast. Come in, man, you know.
I'm just sit
Definitely
around
people
and
that,
chop it
yeah,
up.
people that we know. It's not just anybody. But the number is open. The number will always be open, 315-925-7262. So as far as, but, you know, people in the community, people that we know, people who are in this community definitely can come in, you know, sit at the table, man, talk about things and just chop it up.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, I think that would be good, man.
I don't know if that's you or me.
Now, that's me. Every time it's this microphone.
No, I'm talking about hearing it. I can hear it.
Yeah, I think this mic is really sensitive because everything I do on this table, you can hear it, every touch.
But nah, I think that was can hear us in the back. The volume was up too loud or something. I can hear.
Oh, let me see if I'm on it, man. Might be me.
I don't know if it's you or me. I thought it was me.
Could be me.
Yeah, turn mine down. Yep, there you go. Must have been.
All right. So there we go, man. So let's talk about urban communities. So again, if anybody, we want to hear about your communities, wherever you're calling from. Whether it's, I know we have some people calling in from Texas. We have some people from Philadelphia, some down south North Carolina. I want to call in, you know, and tell us what's going on in your communities. I mean, up here, we still pretty much have the same kind of crazy shit going on, man. Let me see how many killings we've had, man, this week. With the exception of the car crash you just told me.
This week, I want to say 3, maybe this week. 3, maybe. I don't think it was too many. I believe it was 3. I mean, even 1 is too many. So
Yeah. I think the last one was Friday night. I think they were saying.
yeah,
So that one, somebody was just charged, latest city homicide. Yeah, that's another thing, man. I don't know. Again, we still have a lot of senseless killings going on in this city. I haven't been on the streets in a while, so as far as the drug game, as far as what goes on in the streets, I don't know the dynamics. So I don't know what causes another person to, you know, want to take someone else's life, man, over drugs or whatever the case may be. This is why I'm trying to get people to call in and talk or just come in and we can talk. Again, if you're on the streets, you can come in and talk about it. I've been there, so I have friends that have been there, so we understand on both levels. But I'm just trying to figure out how do we get to taking other people's lives and for what? You know, it's like nobody right now today has a plan. We're all just living day by day.
yeah, and that's really it. You know, and I don't even want to say they living day by day, man. They half of them don't even make it through the day. You know, you talk to them, they, you know, there's some kids that tell you that they feel lucky if they actually make it through the day. So, there's a
Yeah,
lot.
but do you really think they mean that, or like some people just say things, man, just to sound good? Because
Some,
again, when I think about Syracuse, it's just look. Yes, there are some places, just as in every city, there are some places you go, and it's a lot more dangerous than other parts of the city. But Syracuse, to me, isn't like one of those major cities where it's like, hey, man, like you don't want to go down that street at all, ever. So I'm still.
but it's getting to that point. Some
Is
places
it?
where,
Or
yeah,
are you? Or are we making it like
there's
that? Because
there's
again, why?
some places where people be like, you know what, I'm not even messing with that. Like,
Because I think there's a lot of ignorance going on in the place, or like you might know there's a lot of activity going on. But as far as I might not live if I walk down that street, I don't know too many streets like that in Syracuse. I know some cities, man, where it's like, yeah, if you walk down that street, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. So it's different. So my question is, like, when I hear a lot of kids say that, because I've heard children say that, but it's like, what's putting you in that situation, especially here in Syracuse?
because a lot of them, these, I don't want to say so-called gangs, but all these little gangs they have going around where you can't even be on this side of town, or even if you are on the same side of town, you can't be on this is you only in this, perimeter of neighborhood. You can't, go over on this side of the street. Now you in somebody else's territory. So it is even with sides of towns to where, yep, we all on the same side of town, but let's take South Side for example. If I'm on the South Side now, I live on, between Furman, Midland, and Kennedy. That's my area. That's it. Anything past that, I'm in a whole nother. Now I'm in somebody else's territory. So now if I go down by Colvin, that's somebody else's territory. Now I got to worry about either fighting or getting shot at or getting jumped by somebody down on Colvin, because now I done went past my little zone.
Mm-hmm.
And just like somebody from Colvin can't go down by Brighton. It's like, yo, y'all literally like down the street from each other.
And that's what I'm saying. So what? It was the same as us growing up. Again, as I grew older, it was like, damn, man. When you notice how close PH is to Bricks, it's like.
But it still was a respect. We had a little respect. We could still walk by, long as nobody said nothing to each other or whatever. All right, I know I can walk through and continue on, through the South Side down to the Valley if I want to. It's these kids now, you can't even do that. At least we could. Long wasn't nobody starting nothing or saying nothing with everybody. Right. Yeah, we might give each other some looks, but long as didn't nobody say nothing, we was good. We continue walking.
And see, and that's where I'm trying to find out too, like where. I don't even know where it came from when we were growing up. That's why I was like, hey, I don't even know what we were fighting over. I don't know what the side thing came about. It's like you grow in, yeah, you were born into it. So it's just like a written rule that, hey, man, you live over here, you can't go over there. But it's like, who made that up? Who started it? And why do we continue to? Why does it trickle from generation to generation? When does somebody say, hey, man, look, it's just a street that you cross over into another damn part of the city. What's the problem here?
See, and that I really didn't. Again, going back to Pioneer Homes, like you said, hey, when we played around, and we played through all the projects. We ran through Marbury Square. We ran through Brick City. So that whole all that area was. Hell, that was open hide and go seek for us. Shit, right. Our hide and go seek games took hours because you ain't know which project we was in. So, we could do that. And it was, not too much, but we even went over to Kennedy Square from time to time. But we really didn't go on that side of the bridge,
right?
Up under the bridge too much. We pretty much stayed PH, Marbury Square, Brick City. That was our circle. So that pretty much is an example. Like I said, we already knew. If we went under that bridge, went over by Kennedy Square, we knew we was risking getting into a fight.
Right. And that's what I mean, a fight. You didn't have to worry about losing your life. didn't have to really think about that, man. It was like, all right, you're gonna get into a fight, and that's pretty much it. So I'm wondering why today everybody feels like it's a life or death situation. I'm wondering where that mentality came into play, and why persist to stay playing like it's in play for forever now. Like you have to fight till to death.
Because these kids are afraid to take a ass whooping. Afraid
But if
to
you talk to them, that's not what they say.
afraid to knuckle up with somebody because they are. You get beat up. Me and you get a fair one. I beat you up. Now your boys, ooh man, you let him do that to you. So instead of you coming back trying to get your fair one till you feel you got yours, now you got to come back and get a gun or whatever. And that's the
Right.
crazy thing. It's like it's so easy for these kids to find guns today.
Yeah, that's what's crazy too.
It's like it's I don't get it.
That is crazy because hey man, look, when I was on these streets, well, I can't say that. If you're on these streets, then I can't say it because again, you already know how it works, man. The streets, you can pretty much find whatever you want on these streets, man, and that's how these children are finding these guns. So I get that part, man. But it's like, why? Why do y'all feel the need to have them? And it's like I don't know, a power thing. What is it about the guns, man, that you feel the need to have one anyway?
Yeah, that's what we need. Some of these young kids to call in, man, and voice that.
And I hear a lot of them saying, look, I get it. Well, if you don't have one, then it's kind of like you're at a disadvantage. And I get it. But it's like none of you should be having them, man, because none of you should be on these streets anyway, especially not at your age, not at any age. But when again, like I've already explained to you before, under 21, man, you can't do anything anyway. So you really shouldn't even be out on these streets. You should be in school. You should be trying to figure out something else. That street life, man, is the last resort. Shouldn't be your first one. If you have any at all, that one should be your very last one.
Yeah, but I mean, hell, even a lot of these drugs got these kids.
Yeah, I think you touching on a good subject right there, man. I think it's definitely a lot of kids these days are definitely doing more drugs than we did.
And I don't know what it is they taking, but whew, it's bad.
Something to talk about. I know somebody told me to talk about marijuana, but I wanted him to talk about it, because that's more of people his age. But that's probably something we could talk about. Because the days are just gonna be different, man. I just want to talk about different subjects, see if people want to call in and have something they want to talk about. Because I really want to get back to, like I said, my nowadays what I intended it to be. But I want to get the urban focus thing going on, man. Is really have these conversations for that platform.
Yeah. So basically, it's an open opportunity, for those who listening. You can either call in or, like I said, hit us up on the YouTube channel on the live chat. C2C Indie Radio. Let us know. It's an opportunity for you to voice your opinion, chime in what you want to talk about, what you want to discuss. Give us your opinions on what we've been talking about. You can add to the conversation. Hit us up 315-925-7262. 315-925-7262 is the number to dial.
Yep.
So, I mean, again, it's just, I feel bad, man. I really do. I feel sad for this generation, man. They so lost, and I'm quite sure, our parents said that about our generation, that we was lost and, didn't have it together. But I don't think we nowhere near how these kids are today.
Yeah. I don't know I guess I do. I feel bad because of what they're missing out on. Again, especially when you have so much to offer, man. You guys have a lot more technology, man, a lot more opportunities. You guys have a excellent chance, man, of making some progress and making your dreams come true, as well as we did. But you guys just have to listen, man, and take advantage of it. Because again, if I could rewind this, man, and do it over, I definitely would. Sometimes you don't see the gift or the blessings that you're given until later on in life.
Yeah, and believe it or not, it's not too late. You know, I've heard that a lot. Again, with my other job, just you know, a lot of kids thinking that they have nothing to live for. There's nothing that they value. You know, so a lot of them have that feeling of, well, if I don't care about my life or value my life, why would I care about yours and value yours? And that's where a lot of it is. To me, a lot of it's coming from. They feel there's nothing for them to. They have no goals, no vision, nothing to look forward to. So it's almost like how they say misery love company.
Right.
Pretty much, what it is. Or a lot of kids hearing their parents tell them they ain't gonna never be nothing, or they can't do something. With repeatedly hearing that brings you down. I never understood the self esteem, the low self esteem stuff. I always felt like that wasn't a thing.
Hmm.
But I've learned, it really is, because I always looked at it like, can't nobody tell me how I feel about myself. I mean,
Right.
shit, I love me some me. If anybody gonna love me, I am. So it was like I just never got that. I never understood how, you know, when the talks of low self esteem come in. I'm like, the key word in that is self.
Right.
So you can let somebody else define how you feel about you. Like, that always just blew my mind, but it is a real thing for some people.
Again, it's all a mindset. Again, sometimes, I mean, you touch on it a lot. Basically, when you were saying how you were raised differently, and because you had older brothers or people telling you different things, so it's different when you're taught things that other people are not taught. Every household is different, so every household, is going to be taught something different. Man, I had to find that out too. So, yes, we were taught different ways, so we think differently. I've met people who basically had suicidal thoughts and other kind of ways, and for me, it was like I could never think about killing myself. I just can't. So I can't understand why somebody else would.
Yeah.
So see, but it's different, and I've had people talk to me, so I had to understand from their point of view to say, okay, I get it. Even though I still would not do it to myself, I had to understand, from their point of view. It's just a different way of thinking.
Yeah. And I mean, that's what I said. Like I said, like you said, I had those conversations with people, but it's just like, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, it's like I'm still wrapping my head around it, because I'm just like, how?
Mm-hmm.
I understand. I'm even trying to put myself in your shoes to see that, and
Right.
I just, like you said, I guess it does come back to how we were raised and people we grew up with and been around. Um, and I tried to express that to kids, let them know, like, yo, listen, you really have to open your eyes and pay attention to this world. I mean, yes, you're going through something, and it's not, I'm not trying to be negative when I say it, that, what you're going through isn't nothing, but there's always somebody out there going through something worse than you.
Yep. Always.
Even though you may think, damn, my life is fucked up, I got it bad, there's always somebody out there that's doing and have it worse than you. Wish they could have the fucked up badness that you
Right.
had.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's like a walk through the park, man. Shit.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm glad you're touching on things like that. Because, going through school, I used to think about that, seeing, disabled children, things of that nature. And I would always think that way. Every time if I'm having a bad day, I would always look at it like, well, damn, that's why I always say it could be worse. You know, I think about, hey, I could, you know, not have any arms. I could not have any legs. I could be, it's so many other different scenarios, man, where I have all my extremities. I can see, I can hear. And it's like, so really, what am I complaining about? You know, if anything, all I have to do is get out here and get it. So that's the only thing that's missing.
Exactly. And again, even though it's so simple, something is simple as like a couple months ago. You know, I messed up my arm, my left arm at that, and I'm left-handed. So I do a lot of things with my left hand. And it was to the point where it was so weak, like I couldn't even wipe my ass with my left hand. You really don't know how important that is until you can't do it. Where you got to use your other hand that you're not, you know, used to doing that with.
I'm glad I can use both hands.
I mean, yeah, I could too, but it was like, hey, you know, you used to using one hand for certain things, you know. I mean, even with writing, like, hell, I write, you know, I got to try and write with my right hand, like, it ain't happening.
Yeah.
So, you know, just something is that simple as that. To where it's like, damn, I ain't know how important. That's like all the time having, you know, fingers. Lose
Right.
one of your fingers.
Yeah.
You don't know how many times you use your hand to point, and all of a sudden you ain't got your finger, you can't point no more. Like damn. You know, the simplest things that we don't even think about, you know, that we take for granted, that somebody else, like you said, somebody with no arms, they got videos on YouTube where you see people cooking with their feet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they ain't got no arm. Tying shoes.
Just
with
watching
their
this lady,
toes.
man,
Yeah.
driving the car, doing everything with her damn feet.
Yeah.
That's just crazy. But it shows you right there, man, where there's a will, there's a way. So if you're not willing to give up, man, there's always a way. You got to push through it. Just talking about the comedians were talking about the other day, getting old. I was like, man, look, I'll be 50 in a few months, man, and yeah, it's certain things you feel that you didn't feel 30 years ago. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I'm looking at certain things, I'm thinking like, yeah, I could do it. I'm thinking it, but then your body like, yeah, go ahead and try it if you want. So I got it in my head like, yeah, I can do it. I think I can do it. But I'm like, nah, let me sit my old ass down, man.
Hey, mine's still sharp. Yeah, I can do that. Body like, go ahead, try it. Try it if you want to.
Yeah, I just woke up the other day, couldn't move my leg. What is that, sciatic stuff, man? Sciatic nerve, whatever's going on. Man, that shit comes and goes. I was stuck. I'm like, I guess that's just a part of getting old, man. All the things you don't think about until it's your turn, man. And then you understand. Just not what Mom says, not a spring chicken anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting to understand, man.
Yeah, I realize shit. Health is wealth.
Yeah, definitely. That's why, man, you youngins, man, y'all really got to understand. You got to take advantage of your age, your time. You're in your 20s, 30s. Man, I'm telling you, get it. Stop wasting your time. Stop procrastinating. Stop talking about what you're going to do. Get up off your ass and get it. Time does not wait on you.
Yeah, sure enough.
Telling you right now, man, you're going to regret all this.
And all these, you know, like touched on earlier, all these drugs these kids doing. I don't know what the heck these drugs are that they doing.
Because everything is, I listen to all the music. Again, and we didn't start doing it, but a lot of this other music, man, I'm not gonna name any artists because mostly all of them were saying it with the lean and all the other crap. It's like it shit became, you know, cool to do it, man.
But I mean, I literally see kids who gotta be, I'm gonna say, between 16 and 25.
They're younger than 16.
Looking like they're 35
Right.
to 80. Like, it's like, yo, what is going on? Literally, nodding off ain't the word. If they not looking like The Walking Dead.
I think a lot of them are looking older than we did growing up when we were 16
they looking
and
like
20.
the Walking Dead. You got some can't even stand up straight. They just literally whatever they using. They like just comatose It's crazy, man. It's sad. I be seeing these kids downtown. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, I mean,
And it's not weed. Because I asked,
yeah,
again,
it's not.
someone asked me, do I think the legalization of weed, is causing any of these issues? And like you're saying, from what I see, I mean, I know just about everybody smoking weed, but the ones that we're talking about, that's more than just weed. You're smoking something else, man.
Exactly. Hell, I know some brothers that have been smoking weed for about
Right.
30 years, and
Don't act like that,
yeah,
right?
don't look nothing like what these kids out here doing today.
Yeah, it's not good. So I really want to, again, hopefully, man, we get more people to call in. And what is this? Man, we're supposed to do it all in one place. Okay. We get more people to call in. Eventually, we'll get more people to tune in and participate, because we want this to be a community involvement. Again, that number, you can call in from wherever you are, talk about it, man. Join the podcast. Check it out on YouTube. That way you can chat in the chat room if you don't want to call in. But we just want to get some feedback. The only way to make this grow and to understand if it's working, or if we can come up with some solutions, is for people to participate in this. So just call in. The number to dial is 315-925-7262. Again, that's 315-925-7262. Call in, just share some stuff with us, man.
Yeah, like Seldom said earlier, we definitely gonna be reaching out to some community leaders and seeing we can get them to chime in and see what we can do, man. This generation coming up. I mean, I'm looking at it as I got grandkids, and I don't want my grandkids growing up in this, with this. They are the future.
Yep.
They are the ones, it's our kids and kids that are gonna be the ones that are supposed to be taking care of us when we get older.
Yep. I just think we really have to. Well, again, there's like I said, there's always two parts to that equation. One, we have to tell it, and they have to be willing to accept it. A lot of us, as far as, and especially the black community or even the lower income communities, we really do have to stick together, man. Pull our resources together and actually look out for each other. Nobody else is going to do it. So again, if we don't look after each other, man, that means including our children. That's like the first priority. And we're not going to make it too far in the future.
I mean, yeah, like you said, the handout, now I don't even want to say handout, but the help starts with each other. Like you said, within our own communities. Again, going back to us growing up in Pioneer Homes. There was never once the last day of school hit, all you ever saw was kids out running around playing.
Real.
You couldn't go through a backyard without smelling barbecue. Somebody was grilling. You had the hose out. We was, it was a community.
Basketball, man. The court, football, kickball, man.
Swimming pool, everything was open. Like we were out and about. It was the community. You seen the parents actually sitting there, conversating with each other, watching each other kids. Right. Like you said, why they barbecuing and smoking their little joints and stuff, doing their little stuff. But it did take a village, back then. We all knew each other. Couldn't do nothing without your parents finding out. And again, I think that's why we had so much fun. At least me, especially playing hide and go seek. Hell, we was running through people's houses, doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
And the weather, I don't know if you remember, man, but the weather was different too. Back when we were younger, it seemed like summertime, especially now, even in August, like for Halloween. I don't remember wearing jackets for Halloween. That's why I was like, hey, man, I don't remember having on no damn jacket going trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
Shit, we had them little plastic guys and face masks. That's about it. Shit.
Yeah.
Well, we ain't have no jackets, man. It was warm. Like you can stay out all night.
Yeah.
So things are like weather is definitely changing, and anybody my age, 50 and older, would definitely know that. Like if you remember this stuff, man, you remember how the weather used to be. It definitely is getting colder.
Yeah, that climate change is real. Definitely real. But I mean, again, getting back to it, and that's how I try to raise and teach my kids, man, the way we were. What we did, how we were. I mean, yeah, we weren't perfect. Yeah, we, you know, disobeyed, mom, but we still had a level of respect for our parents. It's like somewhere along the line, these kids don't even feel like they don't even have to respect their parents now.
Right.
And to me that's just wrong, man. It's not right. And I'm not a churchy person, but I do, believe, when they say, hey, you're not gonna have no type of good luck disrespecting your parents.
None.
I truly do believe that.
None at all.
You want respect as a young adult. As you get older, you have to show that respect. Respect is earned. Respect isn't you just not gonna get it because you want it, but don't want to respect somebody else. Like, it doesn't work that way, And I try to let these kids know, man, like, hey, once you're out there, it's a cold world. Once you get out there in the real world, it's a cold world.
I think most people realize that once they leave their parents' house, when you finally do get out, and because you be in a rush to get out, but when you finally have to make that rent payment every month, I think then it starts to settle in. Like, damn, like yeah, you gotta do this for the rest of your life. Then it starts to settle in, man, of how easy school is. And that's why I always tell my children, this is going to be the easiest part of your life, man. It's high school, so stop rushing it. This is the easiest part of your life, homie. After that, man, it's every day, all day.
Just enjoy it, yeah.
For real.
That's what it is.
Gotta get on out here and get it now, man.
Because once you get old enough, that's it. That is it.
It's definitely it.
Oh, my.
Let me talk about the other podcasts, because we didn't, normally we get in and be telling them to check out what's going on throughout the week. You guys know every Friday, 1 p.m., we have the No Name Podcast with your host, Mike, Terry, and Jackson. That's at 1 p.m. every Friday and re-aired every, I don't know, we're going to do 6 p.m. now, so we're going to re-air. We're going to move it to 6 p.m. So every Friday, 1 p.m., the No Name Podcast. That's the comedy, so you can find them on the Comedy Poetry Station. And then every Monday through Friday on the Rap Hip Hop East Coast. You can take a ride at 5 with Blacksmith 247. That's on the Rap East Coast Hip Hop Station. So check that out. That's Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. And then on Friday, Saturday nights, we're definitely going to make this every Friday, Saturday night, since I could do it from home. I don't have to come into the office. So we're going to do the Who's Up with your host, Seldom, Scene, and H.G. Wells. We might have to hit him on the phone, but we're going to make sure we do the Who's Up Fridays and Saturdays, man. I might be home most of the time, but we're going to get it done. So whoever's out there listening, y'all can call in. We can talk about it. Just, we can just chop it up, man, late night. What else we got going on? You got some new podcasts coming out, right?
Yeah, this Thursday we got on the Talk Sports News Station, 6 p.m. Family Affair with Naquan and Darnell. That's this Thursday, 6 p.m. on the Talk Sports and News. Then October 1st at 8 p.m. on the Talk Sports and News Station, we have A Few Perspectives. And that's with your hosts, John, Daquan, and Baby D. So that'll be starting October 1st. That's on a Friday. So, yeah, be on the lookout for those. And like you said, we're going to have the Urban Focus coming soon. We just trying to iron out the details for that. And pretty much what we talk about, it's pretty much going to be what we talking about here would just carry over to that show. And nowadays, like Seldom C was saying, will be geared more towards reflecting on back in the day, comparing it to nowadays. So we got some few changes coming around, and we got adding a lot of things to the lineups.
Well, you said family fare and a few perspectives, right?
Yes.
A few perspectives. That was the sports show, I believe, right?
No. Family Affairs Sports Show.
All right, Family Affairs Sports.
Yes.
Think we got a caller calling in, man. Let's see who we got this week.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Caller, you on the line, man. What's up? What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name H.G. Wells. I'm from Brooklyn, No, I'm from Syracuse. Man. What's happening?
What's going on, H? This is H.G. Wells, the infamous H.G. Wells from Who's Up?
Yeah, my son's trying to get me drunk right now. I ain't going down. What y'all been doing, man? What's going on down there?
Not much, man. Just having a little weekly conversation. I was wondering if you was gonna call in and see. I didn't know if you was listening to the show or not, man. I'm glad you're listening.
I just started listening to it like 5 minutes ago. What time is it? I'm like, damn, I missed the show.
Nah, you ain't missing, man.
What time y'all getting done?
Normal time, man. Yeah, about what is it?
Okay.
About 9 o'clock, man. Yeah, we be done about 9. I don't know if I'm gonna hit this one early or not, man, because again we switching up the way we do things.
Okay.
So we're gonna probably do this with
what's up with the tongue game?
What happened?
I was no H.G. Wilson. No H.G. Wilson was over the tongue game one day.
We said the tongue game?
Tongue game, yeah. I ain't talking about the tongue game. But we're talking about how
Don't cut me off yet, say.
No, we're talking about how we just compare, man, back in the day. Yeah, what's going on like with the kids today? Like how you feel about these kids?
I think everybody's kids are addicted to the tablets now. I mean, some guys when they grow up.
Addicted to tablets?
Oh, you talking about the babies, the kids. He talking about
little kids, yeah.
He's saying what's up with the teenagers, man, and
like
the
20-year-old.
20-year-olds. What are they addicted to?
They're addicted to trying to show off and party too much.
Definitely party too much.
And doing wrong stuff they shouldn't be doing, but they need to go to school and get an education. Yeah. Learn more and be more for yourself. Positive, stay positive, not negative.
Yo, tell little H, man, he's gonna have to call in sometime and come hang with us too, man. We're trying to figure out if we're gonna do it on a Friday or a Saturday. Tell him he can come out to the
okay, I'll tell him.
Yeah, you come up to the station, man.
Okay, I'll tell him. He's hold on a second. He's Chef Boyardee right now. I'll tell him.
Chef Boyardee.
Yo, Pippin. I mean, Blackman, what's happening, man?
Oh, he's talking.
I know he's feeling good right now.
Yo, I just let me go. I'll call you back tomorrow. I'll call you back when we get done.
All right, we're going to hit you up, Wells.
All right, Leonard Price and Blackman.
This dude done had him a couple of damn drinks and shit. Feeling all right. It's too funny. It's funny.
That was the infamous H.G. Wells.
All right, let's get back to the community. The commitments and responsibilities.
Little do he know, that's recorded.
Yeah, I know, right? For real, man. Yeah, again, so if you guys be out there listening, we're trying to get this Urban Focus podcast going on where we're going to just focus on community development, problems, issues that are going on in the surrounding communities, and whatever community you're from. Just call in, we can discuss it. And again, this is a way that we can keep track of what's going on in different communities because you hear a lot of things on the internet, you hear a lot of things on the news and media outlets, and some of it is true and some of it isn't. I just think this is a way for us to, keep in contact with each other and let us know, firsthand what's going on in different communities, so we can hear from, the person that's on ground.
Yeah, and find out what they doing, what they're share ideas
Right.
about what they're doing to, try and change things, make things different, things that have worked, things that haven't worked, so we can all try and come up with some solutions, to nip this problem.
Yeah, because again, if we don't come up with a solution for ourselves, man, nobody's going to solve it for us. As you see, you can sit and wait, and nobody's coming to help us. So this is a problem, an issue that we're going to have to come up with a solution, for ourselves.
Definitely.
And there's a lot of people. I see a lot of urban gardens, going up, man. And that's another thing we have to get into. A lot of people have to learn how to grow for themselves. At least grow your own vegetables. Start off something small, man. Your own herbs, your own vegetables. And then you have community garden. I know that in Syracuse, I see a few community gardens. I don't know how well if they fare or, how well they're kept. But I see a few that, that's even in the PH, I see a few. But sometimes I see like it's overgrown. Then one year I'll see that it's being kept. So I don't know if that's just an on and off thing.
Yeah, I don't know. All I remember, Grandma had a good garden.
Yeah.
Grass Man had his garden.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so we had.
Again, communities can feed each other, though, and especially with those community gardens even Grassman Garden will feed that whole little block right there.
Because he had kept his up.
Yeah.
It was a couple on Townsend.
Right.
Growing up. Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of.
Again, I think a lot of us, if we really got into that would actually save on vegetables as far as going to the grocery store and you have fresh vegetables. The only thing you have to worry about are, dry foods and sauces and things like that, man, that you'd have to get, meat. But as far as your vegetables, man, you can grow that right in your backyard. There's a lot of community development programs out here, man, that we have to actually, find out about and share the information. Because sometimes I hear about things that have been out for years, and I'm like, well, why haven't I heard about it? So a lot of us, we don't share the information, man, that we have with other people.
Yeah, for some reason we just want to keep it to ourselves for whatever reason. We can't help each other expand and grow, if we don't share. We don't utilize, one another. 'Cause you may be strong in certain talent, have certain talents that I don't, and vice versa. Mm-hmm. We can come together. That's how we can grow as a community and grow together. 'Cause we all don't. Like we said before on some previous shows, if everybody was rich, if everybody had it, who's gonna be there to work?
Right. and that's the problem. See, and that's another thing before we get off, man, I want to talk about, like, another question was, are we all equal? And that's the problem with people getting together. There's always, we have an issue, for me, as black people, with greed. It really is as if we don't want to see the next person get ahead of us, man. Hey, normally I like to lead, but there are instances where, hell nah. I'd rather sit back and I'll observe to see first. I'm not going to be the first one to walk into it, especially if it's something that I'm not sure about. But we have to be able to, man, to let everybody play a part. You can't always be the leader. You're not going to always be the follower. So you got to learn how to play the part within every situation, man. And I think that's what the problem we have as black people. We always want to be the alpha male and always want to be the person who runs the whole show. And that's just not how it works all the time.
Everybody got to learn, play your position, play your role.
Right.
Like a organization, everybody can't be a CEO,
And again, if it's run the right way, man, there's going to be times where you have to be that CEO. And there might be times where you might have to be the secretary. So you got to know a few different hats, and you might have to wear them at different times. But you have to be willing to play those different roles. You just can't be a one-dimensional person all day, every day.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, man, we definitely, this definitely going to come into the, the urban focus. We're going to get more deeper into this and other, other things. It's not just going to be about, the community. We definitely want to get into the politics.
Definitely.
As far as especially here at home, a lot of people always think, well, it's the president, this and that. No. What happens in your community is right here. Your city hall, all these councilmen, all these leaders that's right here in Onondaga County.
So it matters most.
Those are the ones that can make the changes in your neighborhood, not the president.
Right. Those are the ones that affect your business, your well-being, everything that goes on in your community is done right here in your neighborhood, your county.
Yeah, and that's what we just have to, start utilizing that and start learning that. Me, granted, I never been big on politics, but I mean, I've paid attention to them. Because again, like I said, with having older brothers, I have one that's heavy in politics, so he always put that in my ear, even if I didn't want to hear it. So as I got older, I'm like, hey, you know what, this dude's making some sense all this time. Once I really got into it and started paying attention, because I always looked at, well, that don't apply to me, that don't affect me, or I'm not gonna be able to, benefit from this, so why am I gonna worry about it? But he always was drilling it into my head that I need to pay attention to it, need to find out who is who and, what they about, what they doing, especially, local ones, like right here in the community. Like, hey, you need to know who these people are.
Yep. Sure do. Anyone out here with a small business, you have a business card, you can email it to us at c2cindyradio@gmail.com. Send us a business card, send us any pictures, so we can promote your business. If you're an entrepreneur, and let's say you may even be an artist, we can promote your artwork. You may sell cakes, or you may, what else people doing here?
Party planning.
Yeah.
Decorating. Things
may
like
have
that.
A lawn service, whatever it is, man. Send us a business card, send us some postcards or pictures of yourself so we can promote your business on our website, on our YouTube page. That's what we're here to do. We're here to promote small business, entrepreneurs, unsigned artists of all genres. Send us in your music, send us in your business card so we can promote your business, promote your music. c2cindyradio.com. Send all that information to c2cindyradio@gmail.com. Me, myself, I like doing the production part of it. See, so again, we started these podcasts just to basically get our feet wet and toss a line out there so people can understand that we're out here. But it is for you. So if you have a podcast, if you have some ideas or something that you like to do, then give us a call or send us an email. So I'd rather sit in the background and kind of just conduct the podcast, be the engineer of everything. So that's truthfully why we do this. This is just to let people know that we're out here, man, and to get some things started.
Yeah, that what comedian Mike Terry said. You the what should he call you? You didn't know. He said the engineer, the producer.
Yeah, I like to sit in the background and figure most of this stuff out, man. It's new to me. I've always been more on the nerdy side, so that's just my thing. I like to try to figure things out. Quizzes, puzzles, all kind of things like that. That's me.
So once again, man, I'm giving a shout out to the No Name Podcast, Mike Terry and Jackson, man, because they do, since they started their podcast, man, they've been actually showing us a lot of love and really, really been thankful. I don't want to say grateful. I say thankful of the opportunity that we provided to them, and it's just that easy.
And it's a two-way street, man, because we're thankful that they actually come in on a weekly basis, to put on the show. That's content for us. It's content for them. So it's we both wash each other's hands, man. I appreciate them coming in every week and actually giving us the same opportunity that they feel that we're giving them.
Yes, definitely. So, everyone who actually do take part, man, KJ Slay, shout out to you, man, for holding down the interviews.
Definitely.
Holding down the interviews for us.
And Mark Morrison, Legacy Artist Productions. Let me rephrase that. I think it's Legacy Artist Productions. That's Mark Morrison.
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to my man Southside Dave, who actually came, stopped through. He hung out with me Friday on a ride at 5, and long as everything go right, I believe he will be stopping through again tomorrow. For the
Okay.
ride at 5. He said he's gonna come through. Said he enjoyed himself, so he's gonna come back. We're gonna chop it up some more, and listen to some more local unsigned independent artists. You know,
Yeah, that's good. Now that's what I might do. I might even do a Who's Up Tonight with me and HG Wells. With Seldom seeing HG Wells, because I'm trying to see how it's going to work out remotely. So I might give a little test, a trial run tonight. And I'm thinking about doing a morning show, man. I don't know if I want to do early morning, like a 6 to 8 or 7 to 9. But just get on here and talk to the people, man. I think we're getting a little more people listening to the app. So the app has been downloaded a little more.
yeah.
So I think, we just need a little more content. People getting up early in the morning. I think I'll get on and talk to you about, what's going on, news, play some music. And we're just going to get it going like a morning show. Blacksmith got you for the ride at home after work, for the ride at 5, and I'm going to have you for the ride going to work. So again, if you guys got any ideas, I don't know what's a good hour. I don't know if it could be 6 to 7, 7 to 8. I'm going to start off with an hour, but I'm just trying to figure out what's a good hour that the majority of people get up, and on their way to work, and they just want to listen to some music or listen to, the latest news or, what's going on before they get to work.
Yeah. And also, coming soon, man, we will have on our religious and motivation station, actually gonna have some morning motivations. People can actually hear some inspiration, so to speak.
Okay.
Some more inspirations. I had a couple people reach out to me, so they were interested in doing that. So that's also gonna be in motion as well. I mean, here at C2C Indie Radio, man, we growing every day, man. We just getting, bigger and better, expanding. Our stations are expanding every day. We're just adding on, and like we said earlier, this is for you. So anyone who is a musician, comedian, poet, whatever, this is your platform. This is the place for you to be heard. This is that place for you to get your feet wet as far as doing a podcast show. That's what we're here for. That's what we are providing for you. Musicians, this is the platform for you to have your music played on a regular rotation. This is the place where your music can be heard, where you can get the feedback on your music so you can see how it's going, how many plays it gets, how many requests, likes, dislikes, or whatever. So, we're here for you. This is an opportunity for you. This is an opportunity we wish we had back when we were doing music. It was hard to get on the radio back then. You had to know somebody, or, had to have some money, had to be a little long so you can grease a DJ palm.
That's right.
And
it's only getting played once. You better make sure that radio on to hear it. 'Cause shit, you miss it, you just miss it.
So, here is
just crazy, man.
We make it easier for you. Yeah, and like I've told artists who I spoke to who's submitted their music, once your music, starts to play on a regular, you get a continuous rotation here, and people start coming to you. Now they're gonna be looking for you. You don't have to go looking for them.
Right.
They're gonna end up hearing you here. They may come looking for you. So, I mean, the opportunity is here. We stress it as far as taking advantage of it, because this is for you.
And it's free. This is a free service to all of you guys, man, to have your music played, like Blacksmith was saying, on a rotation, and also the app where they could log into the app. You can request to have your song played, so you can skip the line. Let's say you want your song played a few times an hour, you can actually have that happen. So I'm giving you guys little insights on how to beat the app. But there's ways to have your music played if you want to hear your music. That's what the request is for. And also, man, go to the website. If you log in, if you guys are really as a collective group, if you log in, you can actually chat with each other through the website. So you can go on, you can see who else is logged in, and there's a little chat at the bottom. So if you click on that, anyone who's actually logged in, you guys can have an open chat through the website also. So it's a good way to communicate with other rap, whether it's any genre, so any music genre you're in, it's a good way to communicate with other people. Whether you're a DJ, whether you're an artist, whether you host parties, whatever you guys do, it's a good way to communicate and keep in contact with each other.
Yes, and that was actually brought up to me as well. There is a couple. So some point in time, we will be doing a thing for DJs and producers, to where their beats can be.
Oh, definitely.
Beats can be played. May do like a battle of the beats type thing, or something. I've had a couple people interested in that and asked me about that. So that will be coming, soon as well. And that way, any artists out here, whether it's rap, R&B, or whatever, y'all may be able to, get in contact with these producers, for some music. So, this is a great networking tool if you utilize it the right way. It's definitely a good tool, for you guys to network on and, and grow your craft.
Definitely.
That way.
And what is it? Next month, October 24th at 1:30, I think it's on a Sunday. There's another Legacy Artist Productions live stream that we will be hosting. That is October 24th at 1:30 p.m. So roughly probably be starting around 2. So that's probably like what? How long was the last one? About 3 hours?
Yeah. Give it
So yeah. So again, that is October the 24th. That is on a Sunday. Normally we have it on a Saturday, but next month it will be on a Sunday, I think he said, because he has a few artists who are coming in from out of town or out of state.
Okay.
So this one should be another good one. October 24th, Legacy Artist Production live stream. So last 2 were pretty good. I think we just had a first live stream we did was last month, right? This month that we just passed.
Yes.
So the first one we didn't. I think they
the first
live
one we
streamed,
just streamed it live on the Rap Hip Hop East Coast station.
Yeah. So
This time we streamed it live on our YouTube channel, C2C Indie Radio, as well as aired it live on the Rap Hip Hop East Coast. Right. So we'll be doing that.
So check that out again, man. October 24th. This is on a Sunday. It's probably it's gonna bump heads with NFL, man. I meant to tell him that. Sometimes I gotta tell him he gotta be careful or mindful of things like that. And that's another thing we're learning too, as far as having podcasts and all of these different types of things. You got to be mindful of what's already, what's going on already. Just like the NFL, you might have baseball, you might have different other events going on. If they are bigger than you, then you're just going to push yourself to the side. So I'm giving another tip that we've learned. You got to be mindful of other things that are going on so you don't put yourself in direct competition of something bigger than you.
Yes. And I want to give a shout out, man, because she's actually still getting talked about, man.
Molly on it?
Yeah, shout out to Molly Love. Yeah. She's still getting talked about, man. She's the first female to do her thing on the showcase, this past showcase, and yeah, she still she made an impact. She joined the Cypher. She held her own, only female with a bunch of males, and she held her own. She's the first female rapper to be on the showcase, and she's actually a rapper / singer. So
I wonder if we could do that, Mike. Damn. Blacksmith. I wonder if we could just hold a few ciphers like that. We can get a couple people together, like at least 10 MCs, man, to bless the mic. Yeah. Do that once a month, because Legacy has theirs. Those are Legacy artists. But I think we could probably get something together, man. We could bless. Just a second. Let me see what this is.
So, yeah, we definitely can put that together.
You can hear that too?
A little bit, yeah. So we
Hey, what's up? Angelique.
What's up?
Uh-oh. Ange in the house. What's up, man?
What's up?
What you want to talk about?
Huh?
So what you want to talk about?
Did we lose him?
Huh? No, he's still
I don't
there.
know.
Oh, you just calling? You just calling in, huh?
Those who don't know, that's my grandson Angelique, aka Speedy.
Oh, Speedy, huh?
Yeah, he played for the flag for Valley Stallions, man. He actually
Uh-oh.
doing
About to
his
come
thing,
to a game, man.
Yeah,
I ain't know. Hold up. When they play the games?
his game was
Oh, they
yesterday.
play on Saturdays?
Yeah, he had one yesterday. He did his thing. He had about how many touchdowns you had yesterday, Hans? 4 or 5?
4, no 5.
Well, you had four.
4. Yeah,
You had four.
four touchdowns.
4 touchdowns or 4 touchdown passes.
Ah.
4 touchdown passes. Yeah, that's right. Because he played quarterback too. He do running back and quarterback.
Check him out. All right, I'm about to come check out some of your games, Ange.
And I don't know who number 10 is, but shouts out to number 10 on his team because he was
Yeah, word.
when I say he did a nasty juke move on somebody, yeah, that was a pro move right there. It was nasty. Yeah, the little kids definitely got some talent, man. So
Valley, huh?
You know, spit on someone in the game.
You did what?
I spit on someone.
Oh yeah, you said.
Who spit on me?
Oh,
Nah,
When they was cheating.
cause they was cheating. You know, the flag they had them tied around so they couldn't pull them off. Yeah.
No. Let me tell you. So there was like a school bus belt tied around his flag, and then we couldn't get it off, so I had to tackle it.
Yep. Yeah. So he couldn't take his flag off. So he had to tackle him.
oh, that's funny.
Yeah. They was doing their thing though, man. I was like, yo, the little kids was doing it. Then they out there ribbing on people, kids. I ain't gonna front them. My man was big though. They was like, nah, he ain't no 5, 6 years old. They was like, my man drove here. Yeah, they messing with people, kids, man. But
Wow, it's 5. All right, that's flag football, huh?
yeah,
Ready to tackle already, huh?
yeah, they was. He was supposed to move up, but what happened? They didn't have enough kids for you to move up.
You might.
I'm sleeping here.
Huh?
I'm sleeping at your house.
You sleeping? Oh, you at my house. You can't be sleeping at my house. We gotta go to work in the morning.
Gumma don't.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was about to say, you got school tomorrow, homie.
She did say she was off.
The bus come out the corner. I'll tell them to stop.
But the bus come on the corner in my house, huh? Okay. So how you know the bus come over by my house?
I catch the bus around the corner.
Yeah, but how you know it come by my house to take you to school?
I catch the bus at Kron's grandma's.
Okay.
Little eyes.
Was I the first person to call in?
You the first? No, you was actually the second. You actually had
And HG.
had cousin, yeah.
Cousin Henry called in
Cousin
first.
Henry called in first. You,
You're such a cornball.
you're the second one this time.
Number 2 on it.
You done? If you're done, tell Papa you're done.
I'm done.
You done?
I'm done.
All right, dude. I'll see you later.
All right, Ange, thanks for calling in, man.
All right.
Mr. Angelique. Different name. I like that name.
Yeah, but they was doing their thing though, man. They was Little kids is balling. I'm like, wow. I mean, and that's what I mean. See, I mean, it's some young, talent, and this is what we talking about as far as teaching kids something different than the negativity. Give them something positive. At least give them a chance. That's what we need to get back to.
Again, we have to change the way they think. I think that's the what the task at hand is, man. It's trying to change the way they think, and I don't know how easy that's going to be, but they're like stuck in their ways. And again, you can't really tell the children today. It's like they're trying to parent us, and I think it has kind of reversed in some ways because I see a lot of children telling their parents what to do.
Yeah,
it's like, hey man, that's not how it works. Or at least that ain't gonna work over here.
And that's what I mean. We touched on it before. Like, where did that start? And for me, like I said, when social services started getting more involved, to me, that's where the parents started losing control. Because now it was almost like the system was telling you how to raise your kids, but at the same time, the system don't want to do nothing with your kids. You want to tell me what I can and can't do with them, but you don't want to do nothing with them.
Right.
And that's, kind of messed up. I mean, for me,
And again, well, I think the bottom line is that it comes down to these children having respect for their parents too. Because again, if you don't have respect for your parents, that's why they come out here and they're even more, disrespectful to people on the street.
And that's what I mean. As far as social services telling you can't spank your kids or stuff like that. To me, wasn't nothing wrong with ass whooping. Yeah, we was mad we got our ass whooped, but it kept us in line, kept us straight. So now you got social services saying, nah, now that's abuse. I mean, granted, some parents might have did abuse their kids, but
See, that's why I think this topic, again, and all of these topics will be suited better for the community thing, man, because it goes back into what we were talking about before as far as parents either being afraid of their children or parents trying to be their children's friends or parents acting like their children. So there's so many dynamics here. There's a lot of parents who still go out and party every day, and I mean every day. Yeah. There's some parents who dress like their children, parents who, as we were saying, trying to be friends and hang out with their children. So there's a lot of reasons why these children today act the way they act.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't know if any of my kids are listening, but I mean, I had my kids, tell me they look at me as their best friend. And,
see, I like that. That's what it should be, man.
I, appreciate that. At the same time, I can always tell my kids, I'm going to be a parent no matter what. So whether I'm going to say something you don't like, discipline you, what have you. I mean, I get it. I mean, hell, look at us. We 45 and 50 and, mom still can talk to us like we little kids. So, even though you can say, hey, mom grown.
Yeah.
But it is that same dynamic. I do that same dynamic. I have that same relationship with my kids. Where, hey, no matter how grown you are, you you're still my child. You're still my baby. I'm still gonna always want what's best for you. So I mean, I just feel a lot of these kids today don't have that, and that's why they are the way they are. They don't actually have a parent telling them, hey, I love you. I care about you.
Yeah. But do you think most parents are afraid to show emotion? I mean, mom really didn't say a lot. She showed us. Mom really didn't say all that I love you crap and all that stuff, man. But I tell people that I'm around, who I'm close to, that my mom showed me. And that's probably why I'm not used to hearing things. Like when people say things to me, I pretty much is like, hey, I don't really need to hear it. I'm watching so I can see it.
Yeah, that's one thing she always said. I can show you better than I can tell you.
So, and I didn't understand that until I got older, man, about, watching and people showing things. You don't have to say things, man. You can show things. Just your actions show a lot. Trust me.
Yeah, 'cause I mean, even me and my wife had this conversation as far as kids and our grandkids. Especially our grandkids. As far as they have some grandparents on the other side that just want to show they love with money. I can
Yeah.
spend this
Right.
on you. I can buy this for you, whatever. But they don't want to take that time. To whereas with us, yeah, we can buy you this, buy you that, or whatever. But we give you our time.
Hmm.
We take the time out to do things with you. We take the time out to show you we love you. We
Right.
show you we care. With our actions and the things we do, not just going out and buy you something, saying here, get out my face.
Right.
And I think that's where a lot of kids don't. I mean, I really do. Just feel some kids don't have that interaction, whether if it's with a parent because the parent is deceased or in prison or just not in their life altogether. You got some that's getting raised by grandparents, and now your grandparents, 70, 80, they can't chase you down, and, so a lot of them are left to defend for themselves.
Hmm.
So they never truly had that type of home feeling of someone caring about me. And I feel that plays a big factor in a lot of these kids' lives because a lot of them just don't have it. They don't, I can't love anyone else if I myself never experienced love.
Right.
And I really think that's what it boils down to. Some really haven't experienced it to be able to, they never received it, so they can't give it.
I agree with that. I can agree with that one, man.
Excuse me. Oh,
Uh-oh, it's H again, huh?
uh-oh.
To send a voicemail, press 2. Your caller just hung up. Goodbye.
Dang, HG, how you gonna call in and hang up, man?
Got scared. What happened, man?
Said the caller just hung up.
Probably get a text in a minute.
That's funny.
But I mean, yeah, definitely, man. We definitely need to because we both got grandkids, and obviously we both want the best for them. We don't look at our kids as they not gonna do right, but just us as grandparents, we're gonna be there, for our grandkids the best we can. But those who aren't fortunate, to have that, those are the ones that we really need to find out what we can do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where that it takes a village comes in at. For those who don't have that, who don't have that support, that home structure, because there are some good kids that are just in bad situations. They didn't ask
Right.
to be in those situations. There are some where that's the hand that they were dealt, and they are good kids, and those are the ones who I really feel we can reach, we can change, and I also think a lot of it is that peer pressure.
Yeah. I think that's the majority of it. In my opinion, it's the peer pressure.
Because they friends. I mean, we dealt with it growing up, but it never was to this extreme. Ours was, we might have been a punk because we didn't want to jump over a fence or, like climb up a tree or something. Ours wasn't to the extreme of it is what the kids are today. But I definitely think peer pressure, is a lot of it too. But definitely, man, we definitely really want to, find some solutions, man. Find something to where we can try and change our community, man. Change it. Because I mean, I look at Pioneer Homes today and be like, damn, what happened to my projects? This is not.
It's different.
Yeah, this is
It
not how it
definitely is
was
different.
when we grew up.
Let's see, we got another call.
Definitely was not how it was when we grew up. You know, it was more homey back when we grew up.
Hello.
What's going on, man?
How
We
you
got
doing?
Mr. How Real Is It in the house again?
You know, I listen to y'all, man. I love the topics, man, because we definitely need to build out as a community, as you know, so-called OGs. You know, we don't want to be labeled that. You know, we the ones teaching them, man, the next generation after us. You know, just to chime in on some of that, man. When I was raised, me and my brother and sister, we got our butts kicked when it was deserved. You know, we didn't at the time we didn't feel it was deserved, but you know, our uncles and like you said, the community raising the kids, you can't do that anymore. A lot of people scared of these kids. You know, being the profession I'm in, I deal with kids, you know, all week long, from little small ones to middle, early teens, and there's really no respect, man, and you know, that's another thing. We had to respect that elder. We was taught that. But now, you know, that's not even in the equation anymore. You know, they think they grown as us or older.
All right. So as we had this conversation on one of my past podcasts, so is that coming from the home? Is that coming from the parents, whether it's a one-parent household or two-parent household? Is that disrespect? Is that because they're not being taught how to have respect for adults? Or is it just kids who's just saying, hey, man, F the way my parents are raising me, I'm going to do what I want to do anyway?
Well, kids today think they're smarter than us. You know, some of them probably are smart, but, you know, with all this social media and stuff, they you know, more, I would say, kind of more, not more informed. We had to learn by experience, and what our parents taught us. Now there's other things teaching these kids too. You know, as far as social media, like you said, peer pressure, other kids, and getting influenced to do this and that. You know, because when I was a teenager, it was just about just having fun. You know, I was watching a video the other day, double dutching. Like, how many girls do you see double dutch anymore?
Yeah.
Hopscotch.
Playing
Yeah,
marbles.
man, haven't seen any of that stuff in years. But
They
again, because
don't go outside
because
no
of
more.
social media, if it's not something trending on TikTok or a challenge, they're not going to do it. So it's not,
Right.
you know, that's not something to do anymore. Everything
Right,
has to
and
be a
we-
trend.
Like, what happened to marbles? That was like the funnest game in the world. I couldn't wait to get outside. Now people got grass. We didn't have grass when we used to play marbles so much, you know. Now we got grass now. You know, they'll, you know, I always say, well, they don't know about, but, you know, that's just, you know, the era. We grew up, like, when they first started making video games and arcades and stuff like that, you know. Now they born into it, but they never seen what came before that. Just like we didn't see what came before, like, our parents' times and all that stuff, you know. But, you know, a lot of these kids, it's about money and passion and being cool and all that stuff, you know.
that's
And
what it is.
Now, do you think that's
yeah,
part of us as far as with the kids? Because let's go back to, like you said, about the marbles. I actually taught my boys about marbles. So my boys actually played marbles. So that was something I
okay.
showed them. You know what I mean? I showed them. So they had the steelies and the knocker. You know what I mean? They had all of that.
Right.
The
Golden
cat,
train track,
cat
you know,
eyes,
for everybody.
yeah, the cat eyes. They had all that. So, you
Right.
know, I did try and show them some of the stuff that we did, you know, in our generation. Some of the stuff they may look at, oh, Dad, that's corny. Some of it they looked at was like,
Right.
hey, that's, you know, they took an interest into it. You know, a
Yeah,
lot
we didn't
of
have
it-
money.
a lot
You know,
of
we
it is
didn't
music.
have money and stuff. So we made games out of just about anything, tag and I ain't gonna say hide and go get, but I will say that. Anyway, but you know, we made our own games. You know, we played house and whatever game we come up with. You know, naturally. So we didn't need money. We didn't need equipment. We didn't need nothing but ourselves. You know, we were creative. You know, but
Yes.
like I said, it's just like, you know, it was kids today rather just get a whooping than be on punishment. I always thought punishment was worse than a whooping.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause
Really?
my father made sure that whooping lasts a little while. You know, it wasn't just, get a slap on the hand and like I'm back to doing what I got in trouble for in the first place. To kind of, we was able to correct our mistakes or whatever.
It made us think about it.
That's what I think the difference is now. It's definitely different times. And it's all about, like you were saying earlier, like they got that phone number now. They can call, and then they let like downtown get in your house, and then we have like certain areas with a crack area where a lot of parents lost control of their kids, because they were too busy running the streets trying to get that next fix or, stuff like that. But now it's a different type of thing. Like all these single moms, all they want to do is go out, party, shake their ass, like throw the kids a pack of noodles, I see you later. Like it's not like back when we all sat down at the dinner table, or at least all not at the dinner table, but we all ate at the same time every day. At any time we had to go in the house, come in the house. When the street lights
came on.
Yeah, structure, man. That's what it is.
There's
There's no
ain't
family
no
structure anymore. Everybody's just free falling. You do what you want to do. You eat whatever
Right.
you want to eat. You have 3 kids. They all eat at different times. Everybody's just doing whatever.
See, and I can say that's what we did. My wife always cooked. Kids, we all ate. Everybody ate at the same time. Like I
Right.
said, we tried to keep that same family structure from the way we were brought up, things we've seen, things our parents showed us. We tried to carry that on and pass that on to our kids to hope that they would pass that on, to their kids. So we tried
Right.
to
And
keep
they-
things going.
Yeah, they pick up on it. We think they ain't listening. They listening, but it takes, it got to have that maturity kick in too, because it's like, everybody had their different life experiences, in the same sentence too. Some people had to grow up fast. Some people was able to be a kid, and do kid things, stuff. But like I had strict parents, but so I always used to have to go stay mad at somebody's house or whatever. I wanted to hang out a little bit, or we did stuff. I put dummies in my bed, sneak out the window, and make sure the back door unlocked, and all that kind of stuff. So we did stuff, but I think at some point, man, we got lost somewhere. And get up on that porch, boy. Get up there. I'm sorry. But I think too, like how like some of these kids, they be talking back and stuff. You think it's cute when they little babies and kids, but they still growing up like into that stuff. We got a slap on the hand and you say no for something we told you to do. We were told to do something. We like no. We never would come out of our mouth like that. But now kids, no. Opposite defiance disorder.
In the
I
mouth.
call it. Yeah.
Got my
A
share
lot
of
of
being
kids-
popped in the mouth. So.
But have you noticed, like, a lot of younger kids today, they do exactly the opposite of what they told to do. Like, and like I said, my job, the other day, a kid was screaming at the top of their lungs. I'm like, quiet down. And they kept doing it. So what I do, I said, louder, you can, keep louder. What she do? She got it. That's the trip home. So, I just learned that through experience that a lot of kids want to be defiant and just go against, and, you think your parents are telling you wrong. We only going to tell you right. We love you, we're raising you, but, it's like I used to go, I got to whip it for nothing. No, it wasn't for nothing. It was always for nothing. But,
Yeah, about to say for us it was nothing.
yeah, well, it was nothing, but it's just not understandable. It takes time, really, and it took, living life a little bit to understand those things, 'cause we didn't, a lot of our parents probably were younger too. Like my mom, even when she was young, my pop was young. They were like still teenagers, So
Yeah, but I mean
So,
that
you know,
really
you
ain't
feel like a
changed.
kid raising a kid.
Yeah, but we still got
You
that
know,
today. We got kids raising kids. So I mean that
right,
aspect of it really didn't change. It's just, well, let me rephrase that. We got kids having kids. They're not
Mm-hmm.
raising
right.
them. We just, there's kids having kids. I mean,
So
even
that goes. Oh no, I was gonna say that goes to where like you your kid's friend or your homegirl or homeboy instead of the parent because y'all so close in age, 15 years, 10, 15, you know what I mean? Like they more like an older brother or sister than, a parent. So I think that comes a lot with that buddy thing, friend stuff. So they don't look at you as a parent. And, in that sense, you supposed to take care. You supposed to do this. Supposed to do that. All I gotta do is feed you. And make sure you got a place to stay, and stuff like that. And make sure you're healthy. That's it. They get nothing extra. But see, we have to earn our stuff that we got. Which is now everything handed to them, spoiled. Get mad, throw a temper tantrum. You can't get what you want. A lot of start acting out. Even like with school. We heard about the stuff that happened over at the school. Kids walking around burning bud and stuff in the school. Who would have thought that? You know what I mean? Like, who do you think you are? Like,
Right.
where that come from? We kept a lot of stuff underground where people didn't have to know about what we were doing. But these kids all out in the open, like, I don't, there's a lot of stuff. It's different, man. It's different breeds, man. I hear that all the time these days. They're different breeds. Some of them, I ain't gonna say all kids, because there's a lot of them that still got respect for their parents. And, like I was blessed to have a couple kids that kind of, I only have a sprinkle maybe once in their life. They probably don't even remember that. But me, I don't know. I just thought that I was raised a lot harder. I was being strict in the home, but it paid off in the long run. So it's just gotta, see with the kids, what's on the kids' mind. You gotta have open communication too. I think that's the key right there. Like, when I was young, and my father said, "If you have kids, boy, you better take care of them." Because I'm not taking care of them. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I waited so late to have kids, till like my mid-20s. But that's maybe that's why I was a lot older than my kids when they was born. I wasn't like a teenager when my kids were born.
yeah, my
But
mom said that too. You lay down to have these kids, you better be ready to take care of them. So,
right.
I
So
mean,
that
and for me, it was just being able to. I think I was ready, or really didn't bother me to be a parent, or I was okay with being a parent young, just because I helped raise my nieces and nephews, so it helped made me look at like, well, damn, all right, when I'm become a parent, hey, I'll be all right. So that kind
Mm-hmm.
of, you know, helped me. I mean, granted, now my first, I was still like, oh shit, here it comes. This is mine. It ain't no temporary situation. It's a all or nothing now. So,
right, right,
but it did help me feel comfortable with being able to be a parent. It was like, all right, because I knew how to change diapers. I knew what to look for, the signs to look for
Right.
when a kid was not feeling well, stuff like that. So it helped prepare me for stuff to where, had I not had that experience, I probably would have been lost, not knowing what was going on and what was what. So
right.
that kind of helped me and prepared me for that. But now let me ask you this, man. We was talking about we definitely want to like switch gears and have a new start a new show of urban focus. Like we were saying, want to talk about trying to find some solutions to the things that's going on in the community and stuff like that. We definitely will be you know wanting you to take part in that. 'Cause like you said, we're gonna try and get the OGs as we we now called. You know, get our perspectives and see if we can find some solutions, man. So what do you think about that?
I think that's definitely needed and something that can like as far as people say, oh, give back or whatever. I think that's like a major way to give back to the community and really save the ones that can be saved. Some youth because like we talked about before, how they killing each other and all that. Man, it was love back in our days. We was a crew. Whether we was breakdancing or rapping or
Right.
we had our little fights and stuff, but we lived to get live through that stuff and fight another day. But now it's like where did the hate come? Maybe it's self hate or something like that. They don't really like themselves or value themselves. Because we were always taught if you're black, you beneath or you like second class or whatever. It's more about empowering each other too. If I can help you, I'm gonna help you. But now it's like everybody for self and it's just me, and I, which I can respect that in a sense, but as far as if we want to gain, control our community again or have some type of unity, because that's what it is. No unity. Everybody's separated and different social class. I think as far as just everybody's different. Some people want to be gangster and think that's the way to go, whatever. But I don't know, man. It's just I think a community formed like that and just had the youngsters involved too, like kicking it with us too, and let us know where the problem is, because we not teenagers in this damn time, so maybe they looking at things different than the way we had to look at things.
They definitely are looking at them differently. And that's why they do need to call in, because we do need their perspective.
Yeah. I had uncles that put me in a headlock, like, boy, you gonna listen? What you say? We had uncles that punch you in your chest just because it looks funny
was
or
that
something. That was just that's the way it was.
Yeah.
Now so uncles, everybody's scared of these kids. Like I said before, they don't want to fire these kids up because a lot of them are labeled with different things now and. And they living life and trying to live up to that label that they've been given. Oh, you bad. All you hear is you bad. Pretty much, you're gonna be bad. I'm bad. I already know I'm. I had a kid before saying, I'm the baddest one on this bus. I drive bus and stuff. So I mean, man, you ain't no baddest one on this bus. Sit down. You don't have nobody telling you that. It ain't about being bad, man. Why don't you be the goodest one on this stuff? And it's just it takes somebody kind of to correct when you're wrong, too. And that's not going on no more. They're not being corrected when they're wrong. And I don't know if it's because a lot of households is lacking fathers or father figures in the crib, and it's just mom, and she got to work and don't have the community babysitter raising the kids now, it's not really the parent. That's another thing I think that, back then, the parents raised their kids. Now, all these daycares and nannies and all these people were raising the kids. The parents got to make that bread to keep things going, So they don't, they'll listen to somebody else before they listen to their own parents sometimes.
Yeah, but I think that's where that takes a village mentality come in at, man. I mean, cause hey, my mother worked. She worked 2 jobs, and thank God, my brother godmother was there. Rest in peace to Steph. She
Throw out some fame to Stephanie Stokes.
yes, she was there for
Appreciate
us.
you, love you, man.
So that was like our second mother. I mean, she had that same authority for us. That my mother had. We had the same respect for her that we had for our, for our mother. She,
Right.
like I said, we was one of the fortunate ones, man. So we still had somebody that was still there that looked out and cared for our well-being, while our mother went out and worked, these two jobs, to support us. Her,
Right.
like I said, we had, my aunts, older cousins, we had people there, when our mother couldn't be there. So, we was fortunate enough to have that, and a lot of people don't. And I think you hit the nail on the head, man, when you really said like these kids about when you talked about the boy saying he was the baddest one on the bus. Somebody, when you keep hearing somebody say something about you, whether if it's a positive or negative, you're gonna begin to think that. So if you hear somebody repeatedly telling you you ain't shit, pretty
Right.
soon, you're gonna start believing, well, you know what, maybe I ain't shit, because that's all you've ever heard. Or if somebody telling you never be nothing, then that's what you're gonna start to believe. Well, maybe I'm
Right.
not gonna be nothing. And we gotta somehow try and get these kids out of their own heads, so to speak. To
Right.
get them to understand and realize there is more to life. You can be whatever it is you want to be, regardless of what someone says about you. I mean, me, I love the negativity, to be honest with you. I love for somebody to tell me I can't do something. So now you making it a personal mission for me to prove you wrong now. So I love when somebody tell me I can't.
And a lot of the kids are also, if they mom or whoever can't afford daycare, they raising themselves. They left in the house by themselves. They raising themselves. They cook their own food. They pretty much, that's pretty much all week while mom at work, and she got weekends off. She going out to party. So it's still not like they, like I said before, just throw some hot dogs or some pack of noodles, something you can throw in the microwave and you on your own. And years of that, they pretty much raised themselves. A lot of stuff was lost. But it goes back to that structure thing. Because the parents maybe ain't have that structure, so it goes on and it goes on. Just keep going. It's like a generational thing. So where we at now. I'll tell you on that.
We definitely, got a lot with these kids, man. We just want to, like I said, we just want to get into their minds, man. We just want to reach them, see, let them know that they're not alone. Two, that there are avenues, there are people out here, to help. We just got to reach them and let them know, like, hey, this isn't the end for you unless you want it to be.
Right. And there's a lot of peer pressure too. People look at you, oh, you soft because you're doing this and whatever, because it's all about being hard right now. A thug and gangster, because, that's still in a lot of the heads too. Gangs and all that stuff. They look at some of these kids grow up looking at them as family, because they're the only ones that probably shows them love, being and protection, stuff like that. But where the real family, the blood family, whatever, ain't really got no say so in their life, because they probably didn't get that same love that they get out in the streets. That too, because we lose a lot of them to the streets. That's just the way it is. Like, it's not acceptable, but we learn kind of how to deal with it. So, I was glad my parents kept me on. Boy, like I said, you just, I'm constantly being. Like, you didn't play that because he wanted us to be better than them. So, think that's what all our goal is to raise our kids to do better than us, or at least maintain. Don't go backward. Go forward. Keep the name going or whatever. Structure. That's what it's all about. That's what I think. So a lot of that stuff can be brought out. Maybe we can even have like some father and son type things. There's a lot of fathers out in the house. I'm just talking now. I'm talking about boys and girls too. I think the girls need their dad to show them the ropes and stuff. But we know how men think. Y'all ain't trying to get guys. We're gonna tell you exactly what they're looking for and what it's all about for them. So, I think as our presence is mainly very important nowadays. Being there for them and that line of communication. Some parents, kids are scared to talk to you. All they're going to do is get yelled at and send away. When they never get their point across. As soon as that person there that's going to listen, that's the person they gravitate to.
Yeah.
I said, you get that community more and more where people are listening to you and they give you some good points, good advice and stuff. I think it'll be very helpful, on a lot of issues. Live, been there, done that, man. We need no babies, so we can give you a little piece of our mind. And you'll teach your mind too, and maybe some stuff that, you can teach us, and where we can use that knowledge, just better ourselves. And, so that's what it's about, just making them better themselves. Instead of thinking, I ain't shit, I ain't, going to do this or amount to nothing. So give them that hope, man, that chance. We had, we was creative. We had hip hop, break dancing or our little crews and stuff. I don't know, man. I just think, we utilize our talent, just play street football, street and all that stuff. I don't see none of that. Maybe a little basketball in the park now, but it's probably because parents are keeping their kids in. It's too dangerous to boy, I don't do this and that now. So I remember years back at a Pop Warner football game you shoot. So why would I want to be out there with my wife and kids, all that stuff? You can't even go to Pop Warner kids football game without having to dodge bullets. So we got a lot of work, and I think we can start a trend and start pulling other people and other communities together to do the same thing. We can make an impact. I don't think it'll be for nothing. I think it is definitely make an impact. Get other people join the board, come on board and stuff, and really, you see people out here doing stuff, but it seems to me like it's just a lot of criticism and really no action. Taking action on stuff. I think a few community members are still doing some stuff. We had Southwest Center, Bright Family Center when we were kids, where we learned how to do arts and crafts and use our skills. We had talent shows and stuff back in the days. People grew. Wow, I just don't see any of that. I think a lot of us, it made us smart, it made us family oriented, made us, think about life. Be able to pull our younger brothers and sisters or cousins or friends or whatever, show by example. I mean, remember they had the big brother, big sister thing and all that stuff. I don't know if they're still doing that, the mentors and all that stuff. You definitely need more of that. It helps. Right now, you can't save everybody, but you can make an impact and save, if one person, that's a plus. That one person can save maybe two people. And them two people maybe can save, but like I said, everybody don't want to be saved. So,
Yeah, I mean, we can't save everybody, but at least we can give them another alternative. We can give them another choice.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
let them
Yep.
give them some type of variety. But you also
Right.
I like what you said. But like you said, the talent show stuff. They didn't. We used to have that. That definitely is something, man, that we need to really look forward to trying to bring back with the kids. The community stuff like
Right.
that. Just more community things, and also whether if we do it on this show or if we do it on the urban focus show. I definitely want to do something for the fathers, man. I want to reach out to the fathers. I want to do an episode. We can do something for real fathers, real men. You know what I mean,
Right.
so we can
That sounds good.
have some real fathers call in. Whether you in your child life or not. You know what I mean? Call in, or we can have you as a guest, and you can give your story. You know,
Right.
that we,
Yeah, because
we,
everybody
we
has testimony.
yeah, we really need that, man. We really need that. Nothing against the women out here, but there are fathers out here that do what they supposed to do, and I'm one of those, but I'm one who also say I don't need the shine, I don't need the fame for doing what I'm supposed to do as a father. I don't need
Right.
the acknowledgement, but at the same time, we do need the acknowledgement because there's not enough. It's always us being downplayed, and there
Right.
are a lot of us who do what we supposed to do as fathers. So definitely
Right.
want to look into that.
Don't
man.
get enough recognition for
Yeah,
it.
definitely want to do that, man. We can do something for the real father, real fathers, real men out there, and
Right.
we all can chop it up, man. But as always,
Yep.
man, it's always a pleasure, man, talking to you.
No, I love this show, man. I really do. Y'all touch a lot of stuff that I think about all the time, and I can't never really talk to people about it. And this is definitely, a good way to vent and connect, with other fathers and brothers out there in the community to really, really see where we at on things,
Yes.
based on a lot of
See,
topics
and,
stuff,
and there you
That's
go.
important.
Those who are listening, there you have it. Like he said, this is a place for him to call in and vent and share his thoughts, about what's the topics we discuss. It's
Right.
that easy, people. It's that easy. You can chime in. Like I
Yeah,
said, you
real
can
good topics.
go to the YouTube channel, C2C Indie Radio. If you don't want to call in, there's more than one way you can, chime in and give your opinions on the conversations or your thoughts on what's, the topics that we talking about. But, like we said, man, we always appreciate your call.
I
Definitely look forward to more. And also, man, next time you talk to her, I gotta reach out to her, man. Let your niece know she definitely making a name for herself, man. She turned a lot of heads at that showcase. So,
Okay.
she really did do her thing, man, and she got a lot of people watching her. So
But see, there you go right there. She's a teenager in high school, and you see, that's the beauty of what I'm talking about. What you guys are doing, like she could be doing other stuff, out shaking and twerking and all that stuff, but she, giving her outlet to be able to, show her skill, and what I'm saying. She could be doing a whole lot of other stuff right now, and just the fact that they offered that, and she was involved in that. She really enjoyed herself, and I'm sure she's telling her friends, and picking up.
Yeah, she definitely
That's
got a lot of definitely turned some heads and raised some eyebrows. She definitely made an impact, man. So definitely, tell her once again, appreciate her stopping through. She more than welcome to come through anytime.
We got another one next month on the 24th. So let her know that too. October 24th This one, that's on a Sunday. It's going to start out around 1:30. So if you want to come through again, man, and bless us with her presence, we'd definitely appreciate it.
Okay, all right. I'll definitely let her know on that, man. I said, man, that was a blessing, man. People just gotta take heed to it, man, and see where the blessings are. You said a lot of people be scared to call, but y'all make, at least make me feel comfortable to be able to kick it with y'all like that, and it's like no restrictions. Hey, you gotta, put a cuss word in from your point. Oh well, but you're able to be yourself. You're able to be yourself, and that's what I like. It's not like staged or anything like that. It's like real talk, and that's what's really needed. And like I said, I love the program for that aspect. But we got that. We don't. I can't think of another place like that right now.
Nope, me either, man. But yeah, we're hoping that we can get more people to call in, more people in the community, especially when we start the community podcast. And even our brother V, man, tell Vinny G to hit us up, man. I want to get him in here, tell his experiences, man. We could definitely talk about how we grew up, and how basically we were in the music industry. And that brother really, again, man, he put me on to the business side of it and actually made me think more of a business when I was into the music. First I started off just rapping and just thinking about being on stage. But then I started seeing the business side of it when when I was doing opening shows when he was bringing people up here. Then I started to see the business side of it, and that opened my eyes up to a whole different world.
Yeah, I've been trying to get a hold of him because I definitely I know he fell in love with that show just like me. I've been trying to get all the brothers like him to get involved, but I know he'd be kind of busy and stuff. But we're gonna definitely chop it up, get up in there. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. And one more point I want to make. Like my niece, I would love to have her on y'all show to, talk with y'all and hear her point of view. Where it's coming from a teenager point of view. Yeah. Just on the female aspect of it. We need more of that too. Because these kids are smart, man. They know. You know what I'm saying? We gotta just let them know, ain't no, because I'm older than you, you don't know nothing and this and that. But I think if we listen a little more, we can learn a lot from them, and we can maybe even come up with things together, and really make a change and impact. But but I ain't gonna hold y'all long about because I go all day.
Yeah, we appreciate you calling in, man, as usual, for real.
So, let her know, open. She got an open invitation, man. Anytime she want to come up, chop it up with us, talk, more than welcome to. More than welcome.
Okay, I love that open door policy. That's what it's about too, That's what it's about, man. And I definitely respect that. You can't do nothing but respect that. So it is. You can be the baddest on the planet, but you see brothers out here really, doing their thing like that. It's not all like I'm better than you, bigger than you. Like I'm just, I'm here for you. And that's really what it's about. You got that support system, you can really could go far, man.
Yes, sir.
Yep. We appreciate it, man. And again, man, as always, man, hit us up next weekend. Again, when we start these other podcasts, I'm trying to find out, what's a good night, man, whether it'll be like a night like Sunday right here or a Saturday night would be better for people to call in. Because I don't want to, compete with the NFL and most of these other things that go on. So I'm wondering if a Saturday night might be better, man, for everybody to get together and kind of just chop it up.
Right, because I like Sundays myself because it's kind of a wind down day and really reflect on the week and just, but, any day is good for this kind of, conversation to me because I'm all, I'm all ears. If you're a real person that really, got something to say, like you said, you're struggling and Sunday, Saturday, every day, it's all good. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe we'll create a poll or something, man. Get people feedback to see, what works. Maybe, we'll try something like that and see what happens. But always, man, we appreciate it.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all, man. Y'all take care, man.
All right, love you too, man.
All right.
All right.
Later, man.
Later.
All right, man. Yeah, that was, it's always good to hear from Mike, man. Or what was that? Dark Justice on it.
Yeah, and that's another one, man. He care about the community,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So that's what we need. We need more of that, man.
Definitely do, man. And again, he is talking about, having his niece call in. And I have whoever has, kids who are in college or just high school, whoever, man. I have a daughter that's in college. If you're listening, I also, talk to her about having a little podcast where her and her, friends or fellow students can talk about the college life, talk about how it is transitioning from high school to college, or, the good and the bad about college, what they like about it, things they want to do after college, just different topics that, people her age can talk about. So that'll be probably ranging from anywhere from 16 on up. You guys are all in the same age group, man, and I know people in high school want to, if you don't have an older brother or, sibling that's in college or somebody that then you have to really kind of, assume what it's about. So it's an easier transition, man, when you have somebody that can guide you and tell you the do's and don'ts.
Yeah. So lots, man. We got a lot of things going on. Believe the journey is just beginning for us, especially with a lot of stuff we want to do and the direction we're heading in.
Yeah, so I don't know if there's going to be a Nowadays next week because we want to get ready for the Urban Focus, and I want to get ready to show you guys what I really want to do with the Nowadays, man. So I'm going to have my little production going on with my son, man, and try to get some things going so I can really get into this and have my little 15 and 30-minute skit. So Nowadays is really just going to be little, again, comparisons from the past and to the present. The more serious topics are going to go into the Urban Focus, or one of our other podcasts we may have for late night, again, with the open door policy where people can just come in. We're going to sit down and talk, chop it up with current events and different things that are going on around the world. So, again, as usual, man, I want to give a shout out or throw some fame. I want to say throw some fame to the No Name Podcast with Mike, Terry, and Jackson. You can catch them every Friday at 1 p.m. and again at 6 p.m. on C2C Indie Radio /comedy poetry. You can listen to The Ride at 5 with Blacksmith 247 Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. Friday night, Saturday night, you can catch Who's Up with Seldom Seen and H.G. Wells, and every Sunday, maybe Sundays now is going to be, again, Nowadays, it's going to be a different concept. So we're going to go from there. So, again, thank you for tuning in. You want to throw something out there, Blacksmith?
You pretty much said it all, man. Don't forget to tune in this Thursday, 6 p.m.
Yeah, the new podcast. That's right.
Talk Sports News Station, Family Affair. It's actually going to be a sports podcast, Family Affair, with your hosts, Naquan and Darnell, and also coming soon, October 1st, which is a Friday, and that will be every Friday starting October 1st at 8 p.m. We're going to have a few perspectives, and that really is going to be kind of like a urban focus as well, but, they're kind of going to be, it's a younger take on it, but they also going to be talking about sports and, current events and things too. So they're going to be talking about a lot of different things. But make sure you tune into that October 1st, right here on C2C Indie Radio, Talk Sports and News at 8 p.m.
And the last thing I want to say is, again, we have another Legacy Artist Production live stream on October 24th. That's a Sunday at around 1:30 p.m. So that's Legacy Artist Productions. If you want to go check out the last one we had last month, that one is also on our YouTube page at C2C Indie Radio. You can check out the Legacy Artist Production live stream. Again, thank you for coming out. I always appreciate it. It might be the last podcast of Nowadays on this type of structure. Again, I'm going to do something different in the next coming weeks. I'll probably let you know by Tuesday if I'm going to have an episode on Sunday. Again, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. We out.
Peace.
Everybody trying to stack nowadays. Everybody just want to be where it's at nowadays. Real talk, that's a fact nowadays. Very few got your back nowadays. Chasing money ain't the same nowadays. A lot of niggas ain't the same nowadays. Flip game ain't the same nowadays. No, nothing ain't the same nowadays. Chasing money ain't the same nowadays. A lot of it ain't the same nowadays.